Stop thinking you need smaller transistors to make better chips. For 50 years, the chip industry believed in Moore's law as the only path: shrink transistors to pack more in for faster performance. However, Huawei has proposed an alternative that could change the game entirely. Their innovative approach, called LogicFolding, bypasses the need for extreme ultraviolet (EUV) lithography machines and the traditional route taken by companies like TSMC to produce chips at sizes as small as 1 nanometer. Instead of shrinking transistors, Huawei is stacking computing blocks vertically. This approach reduces data travel distances, leading to lower latency and higher performance. With a target of achieving 1.4 nanometers equivalent performance by 2031, just 3 years behind TSMC's expected launch in 2028. What caught me off guard was how our conventional belief about transistor size might not matter as much as we thought. I assumed only the smallest transistors would ensure victory in the semiconductor arena until I learned what Huawei is developing. In this video, I will detail Huawei's LogicFolding technology, the tau scaling law, the advantages of 3D stacking, the challenges they face, and why SMIC, Huawei's chip manufacturing partner, saw a significant stock boost of 6%. The challenges Huawei is facing are stark, predominantly stemming from US sanctions that prevent them from acquiring advanced chipmaking tools from ASML, notably EUV machines. As a result, their manufacturing capabilities are capped around 7 nanometers. Meanwhile, TSMC is already advancing with their 3 nanometers production, aiming for 2 nanometers and even 1.4 nanometers soon after. The traditional routes appear blocked, but these constraints have pushed Huawei to innovate through smarter architecture rather than smaller components. This reality underscores that necessity indeed drives innovation. Let's delve into their solution, LogicFolding. Instead of fabricating flat, two-dimensional chips where data travels long horizontal distances, resulting in latency and higher power consumption, Huawei's method stacks computing blocks vertically. This necessitates shorter data paths in a three-dimensional layout, which optimizes speed and power usage. They also introduced the tau scaling law, which reframes the premise set by Moore's law. Instead of merely focusing on shrinking transistors, the goal is to enhance data transmission speeds across devices and systems. Huawei aims to achieve 1.4 nanometers equivalent performance by 2031, while TSMC has set its sights on 1.4 nanometers production by 2028. While a 3-year lag might once have spelled doom in the chip industry, the shift from focusing on transistor size to emphasizing architectural design could render that gap insignificant. Furthermore, Huawei plans to launch early iterations of its LogicFolding chips in smartphones by the end of this year, showcasing their commitment to innovation and market readiness. However, 3 major challenges persist. First, heat dissipation is a critical concern. Stacked chips generate more heat in a confined space, threatening performance and reliability. Second, the complexity of 3D stacking increases the likelihood of manufacturing defects, which can undermine product integrity. Lastly, the economic scaling of LogicFolding is essential. Producing these innovative chips at a competitive cost remains to be seen. These engineering challenges are real, but Huawei has tackled impossible problems before, such as the impressive 7 nanometers chip in their Mate 60 Pro. Now, let's uncover 3 key secrets that connect our discussion. The first is the Moore's law assumption trap. For decades, the industry presumed that smaller transistors were the sole path to advancement. Huawei's approach challenges this notion. Should they succeed, the industry landscape could shift, prioritizing those with superior architectural designs over those with merely smaller transistors. Secret number 2 is the sanctions accelerant pattern. US sanctions were meant to impede China's chip progress but instead pushed Huawei towards innovative paradigms. The same pattern has emerged with the Mate 60 Pro's 7 nanometers chip, showing that pressure can foster revolutionary breakthroughs. Lastly, the 3-year gap reality suggests that if architectural innovation takes precedence, this gap may be bridgeable. allowing Huawei to redefine the race. So, what should you do with this information? For tech investors, keep an eye on SMIC and Chinese semiconductor funds. If LogicFolding proves successful, the market landscape could dramatically shift in favor of Chinese manufacturing capabilities. For policy watchers, acknowledge that restrictions are not immobilizing China, they're igniting their innovation instead. Expect significant policy debates as we consider whether to intensify sanctions or adapt strategies. If you're within the chip industry, appreciate that Huawei's ambitions may not be mere bluster. The Mate 60 Pro has already disrupted expectations. And LogicFolding could do the same. Start researching architecture innovations. The competitive landscape is evolving. The biggest risk for TSMC and ASML may not be being outpaced in shrinking transistors, but in a potential obsolescence of that very approach. Here's my question for you. Do you believe that LogicFolding and the tau scaling law signify real breakthroughs? Or is Huawei just overhyping unproven technology? Please drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. Like and subscribe for more insights into the global chip industry. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.